Hello guys, welcome back to Gaming Tidbits. Ever since these, Nintendo PlayStation, Super NES-CD was announced, there's been an uproar about it, right? We got a book on Kickstarter for the history of it that's now being released. Obviously a lot of people wonder if this is real or not, and it's been proven to be real. Especially a few weeks ago, for those who I didn't talk about at the time, was when the actual Nintendo PlayStation Super Nintendo CD BIOS has been leaked onto the internet, and sparking interest. Many people wondering of its legitimacy, is this real? And the brains behind the emulation have managed to reverse engineer its core. As it stands, we have yet to see really any authentic real game disc for this system. We have not seen any yet. Doesn't mean they're out there, doesn't mean they don't have them, we just haven't seen it. And maybe they're truthfully, as this goes along, and now that we've seen this play out, let's be honest, let's really analyze this. Truly the people who have the Super Nintendo PlayStation are slowly parceling this stuff out on purpose. To keep the attention, to keep the hype building. And there's nothing wrong with it as far as I'm concerned. I mean, listen, bringing this out, for example, the emulation of the system for free, is good for everybody, right? And slowly bringing the games out where you can play them on emulation, because you're never going on the system. And even if you have to wait time, is no big deal, because eventually you'll get to play it. But clearly, this has been a purposely spread out news to keep the news about this alive over time and to keep the interest in it. Now, even though none of this has surfaced, and as far as I know, no collector has any, as far as we know. Again, we know that. This has left developers obviously in a tricky situation, but the creators of the no-cache emulators have somehow managed to decipher how the hardware's BIOS system card was supposed to work. And according to their most recent post, again, from Martin Korth on the NES dev forums, the upcoming release of No and a sign SNES emulator, which is the no-cache Super Nintendo emulator, which will be able to feature being able to support for this long-lost hardware, if you're interested in it. This will include being able to simulate disks being inserted and ejected, along with access to what appears to be built-in memory management, similar to, of course, the PlayStation memory cards back in the day. Now, following on this research, the no-cache developers have proven that the prototype system found is the real deal by porting the Homebrew release Magic Floor to the Super Nintendo CD. Now, although this version of the game can now be downloaded, the emulator has yet to be released so you can play it. So, currently that leaves this game unplayable, but if you want to download it and wait, you have somewhere you store these things on your computer where you can just wait and try it later, then there you go. But, again, it is also worth to note that the Homebrew is very much a proof of concept to basically show more or less that the BIOS system cartridge on the Super Nintendo CD is indeed authentic. That's not that. Or real. I can't say the word, I'm sorry. I just screwed it up. Real and is working just fine. So, we don't really know how powerful the system really is. This basically, Homebrew kind of gives us a game, once the emulator's out, kind of gives us an idea of what maybe we could see. Again, it could be even more. Again, there's always, if you really want to wait, there are things like, for example, the MSU1 development scene, which offers CD quality Super Nintendo enhancements. But right now, we're kind of waiting on this. Again, once the emulator comes out, then everybody can try Magic Floor and see, what it looks like. Again, nobody really knows how powerful this machine could be. I mean, you're looking at, is it, Super Nintendo powerful, PlayStation powerful? So, probably in between, maybe? I don't know. But anyway, what do you think about a Homebrew game coming out for this now and waiting for, and the emulators coming out in the future so you can play the game? Are you excited for it? Are you excited to try this on this? Are you excited that hopefully, maybe, again, we've had this happen in recent years, even happened a couple weeks ago, where developers had games developed for systems and released them out there ROMs so people could actually play them that were thought to be canceled or lost. So who knows? Maybe there are developers who actually had made some games for the system, and we might get them released. You never know. But what do you? Does this excite you that this is happening? That the system's going to be an emulation, and that At least you could try out, obviously see what it's kind of like, what it would be like when it would boot it up, and would you like, in the game, kind of an idea of how the games kind of look like on it. Are you on the kind like you don't care if it's not playing on the original hardware and on the screen, so I can really see it? I don't care. Again, that just depends on your opinion. To me, it's a cool thing that this exists. It's cool that the emulator's coming out. It's cool that Homebrew game's coming for it. So, love to hear your guys' opinions, positive or negative on this. And I'll make another video for you guys soon. Later, guys.